And welcome back to Caitlyn's Corner. So we are still celebrating Wildflowers Week. And so today I have for y'all Norton and Alpha. So does this look like a wildflower book? Typically, not really, but we'll find out what the book is all about. And this is by Kristyna Litten. So if you're ready, we're going to get started. Look at that bright orange. I opened and I was like, whoa, that's an orange. Okay. Norton and Alpha. Norton was a collector. Battered wheels, rusty cogs, broken springs, they all found their way into Norton's collection. But best of all were the things Norton didn't have a name for. So Norton's going to collect all kinds of things. Norton found interesting things almost everywhere he looked. Look at Norton. What is he peeping into? There. He's using something there. He's looking down there. They were rarely beautiful, but they were usually useful. Well, that's good. At least he can use them somehow. And from what he found, big or small, Norton made the most amazing inventions. Wonder what kind of inventions Norton's going to make in this book. One day, Norton found something interesting he couldn't name. He attached it to his latest project and then stood back. It was perfect. Norton decided to call the project Alpha. So he's got a new project going on. And what is that? That's supposed to be Alpha. Kind of looks like a dog to me. What about you? Now, Norton had a companion to help with his collecting. Alpha would follow his little robot nose down unknown paths. He dug holes, scurried into small, unreachable places, delved into unexplored spaces, and found all sorts of wonderful things. So Norton's got himself a little companion in Alpha. And look at Alpha digging and sniffing and finding stuff. As if Norton needed more stuff. One Tuesday morning, Alpha's nose felt slightly odd. It tickled and tingled and led him to something very unusual. What did little Alpha find? There's Norton. There's Alpha. What did Alpha find? Norton was baffled. It was unlike anything they had ever seen before. What was it? They don't know what that is. I bet you know what that is. Norton held onto his new treasure tightly. He didn't take his eyes off of it for one moment, except to climb the ladder up to his house. So I guess you would have to take your eyes off of his treasure. That way he can climb, but still. He tried to secure it. He didn't want to lose it. Norton went straight to his workshop. Look at that little book. It says, Studying the Unknown. He did all his usual experiments. He oiled it. Do you oil something like that? He tried plugging it in. He even x-rayed it. Uh-oh. But the results just confused Norton even more. I'm confused by Norton's tactics myself. Okay. His new discovery didn't seem useful at all. It also didn't look nearly as interesting as it had when they first found it. So he's not super thrilled with it anymore. And look, he's tossing it out. So Norton threw it out the window. That's a shame. The rest of the day, Norton and Alpha cleaned up the mess left over from their experiments. They found a little round something their mysterious discovery had left behind. Norton decided to keep it. Maybe one day he would find a use for it. So he found a little round something from the treasure they had that they threw out. So he's going to keep that little piece. On Wednesday, the weather was much too wet to go out collecting. Had a rainy day, so they had to stay in. Skip a page. No. But Friday was a perfect day for treasure hunting. The weather was glorious. So Norton made sure they had a hearty breakfast. So they had a hearty breakfast. That means they had a filling breakfast. Then he oiled their joints. Imagine having to oil your joints every day. That could be your fingers, your elbow, your shoulder, your knees. Goodness. And got everything ready for a long day of collecting. They got all oiled up and ready to go collect. They ran to the doors and flung them open. And what they saw was, there's doors in this book. Let's look. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It says beautiful. I can't even hold it up. You see all those flowers? That's beautiful. Norton and Alpha bounced and jumped in the colorful field. They collected lots of the blue, pink, and orange things and carried them home. Look, they took a lot of the treasures home. Norton stopped trying to figure out what they were for. All that really mattered. So he's no longer trying to figure out what its purpose is. So what really matters is that they made him smile. And so, what did all those beautiful things that we saw in here, what were they called? I'm going to open up the big old pages again. They are flowers. But Norton didn't know that. And flowers are beautiful. And he got himself some wildflowers. So thank y'all for tuning in for Wildflower Week, and we will continue this thing the rest of the week. So thank you.